Brushflies, welcome back to my channel, Brushfly MUA. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercedes, I'm the face behind Brushfly MUA, and if you are new, remember to hit that subscribe button. If you're not, welcome back. Now, I am sorry I've been looking the same in quite a few videos lately, but it's summer holidays, so I'm pre-filming quite a few videos. If you can hear giggling in the garden, summer holidays, kids are playing, it's gonna happen. So yeah, I do look the same in quite a few videos, but I have to pre-film because otherwise I won't get any videos done. So today's video, I actually got the idea from Hayley O, from one of the Beauty News girls. I love her channel. She is very opinionated and I love that about her. She tells it how it is. So her video was her top 5 basic bitch eyeshadow palettes, and by basic bitch she sort of meant like neutral tones, basic eyeshadow tones, you know, the neutrals, the beiges, that kind of thing, and I really liked that idea, so I have pinched it. I am going to put my own twist on it, but I really wanted to do something similar, so I have my top 5 favourite basic bitch eyeshadow palettes, and I do have one special mention as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump straight in and show you my 5 favourites. So the first one is from Zoeva. This is the Coco blend palette. I found this in TK Maxx and I did not pay full price for it because obviously TK Maxx, but this is such a nice eyeshadow palette. So number 1, the packaging is gorgeous, but number 2, the formula. So yes, a very basic colour toned palette, quite a nice colour story though, I think, has some very nice neutral tones in there, but what really makes this palette stand out for me is the shimmer shades in here. This is some of the best formulated shimmer tones that I've ever tried. They're soft, they're creamy, they're beautiful, they're amazing. So this for me is definitely a palette I love. I might just swatch a couple of shades. I might not do like the whole palette, but I just want to show you like a couple of my favourite tones and show you what I mean about how beautiful it is. Okay, so here are the swatches. The colours or shades that I have just swatched are this one, and this one here. So we have Substitute for Love, Pure Ganache and Sweeter End. As you can see, they swatch perfectly. The matte shades have a lot of pigment in, they are buildable, they create just such a nice eye look. And the shimmer shades, this to me can be one of those palettes where it's a one and done eyeshadow look. You can dip your brush or your finger into one of the metallic-y or shimmery shades, go on the lid, bit of mascara, done. So this to me is just one of those eyeshadow palettes where it's basic but it's beautiful and it creates a wonderful look just straight off the bat. Love this. My next favourite is this little quad, and it is from the Pound Shop or Poundland. It's the rose gold one and it's by Makeup Gallery, but obviously it's sold in the Pound Shop. This is beautiful. So it's a tiny little palette, it's not very big at all, but for £1, what more do you want? So you get 4 nice shades in here, 2 matte, 2 shimmer shades. They are some of the best I have ever tried. So the matte shades are just really like buildable, blendable, but they're like soft and creamy as well. It's really hard to explain. They're not too in your face either, like they go on. If you only want like a subtle look, you only have to have a subtle look. If you want a more out there look, then you can definitely build it up. So the last 4 are these. Yeah, this for me is one of those eyeshadow palettes that I want to keep in my collection forever. Now I can see myself using this one a lot more than some of my other palettes in my collection, and I do actually want to go through my eyeshadow palette collection again and cull some more, because I mean, I have so many eyeshadow palettes in my collection. I don't need that many. I only have my eyes, and you know, they just don't get the use that they deserve. But this one, if I was to go through and cull a load, this is one that I would definitely keep. I wouldn't be getting rid of this one. The fact that it only cost £1 as well, you cannot go wrong. It's amazing. And yeah, the packaging is a little bit cheap. It feels a bit cheap, but at the same time it kind of looks nice. I don't know how to describe it. So the next one, which is number 3, I've not put them in like any order, like from best to worst. These are just the ones that I like. And this one is the Rainforest of the Sea by Tarte. And I was given this by my lovely friend Ellie. This is such a really nice basic palette. It has really nice neutral tones. As the wheel goes round, it's got lighter shades and darker shades. And it doesn't really have much in the way of like a matte. They are mostly that shimmery metallic tone, or formula even, but it's just perfection in a pan. They are just so soft and creamy. The formula is just gorgeous. Like, they're stunning, and they're so easy to use. So yeah, I do really like this one. Again, it's another palette where you could do the whole one and done. You could just dip your brush in, do a quick look, bit of mascara, maybe a bit of eyeliner, and off you go. Yeah, a great little palette. The only thing is, because it is rounded, it's a little bit harder to store than my other eyeshadow palettes, and the packaging throws me off. Because it's got those purple and blue tones on the outside, I would have expected maybe a purple or a blue in there. Like, I would have got rid of this, whatever that's for, and I would have put a blue or a purple in there just to break it up a little bit and so it matches the packaging. But overall, it's a nice neutral toned eyeshadow palette. Has some good basic bitch tones in there. So yeah, I do really like this one. Next up, I have one from Liqueura from Aldi. So this is their Nectar palette, and it is a dupe for the Honey palette from Urban Decay. So this has some really nice neutral tones in here. They are very golden, they are very honey based, but it's a great little palette. Now, the formula is not maybe one of the best out there. You can get better formulations, but overall, if you are on a budget, this is a really nice palette. It has some nice tones in there. The metallic-y shimmer shades, they are not like the best I've ever tried. They work. They're not completely horrendous. I accidentally swatched the same shade twice on my hand from this palette. But what I was saying was the formula for the metallics and shimmers in this one, they are a little bit more crumbly compared to some other brands, but they do have a really nice pigment to them. You can create some really nice looks. These two here, the matte shades, they are so pigmented, you can really build them up. So I think it is a nice dupe for the Urban Decay palette. Has some nice tones in it. If you're on a budget, it's definitely a good eyeshadow palette. I like the packaging, really, really good, but it's just the tones. They're good for if you just want to grab something, whack it on your eye. It's not going to be too in your face. It's a very basic palette. You're not going to create like magical, colourful eye looks with it. That's not what that is, but it is a stunning little palette. My kids are so funny. They're like proper playing. So this one, an Urban Decay one. So this is the Naked Cyber palette. So I got this at the beginning of the year. My mum gave me some Christmas money and this is what I ordered. And I have to say, this is one of my favourite eyeshadow palettes. So you might be looking at it going, it's not completely basic, bitch. If you took away those ones, the rest of the palette is pretty basic. Yes, you have quite a few colourful tones here, but they are stunning and I love them. As you can see on this shade, I've hit pan. This shade here, Cyberspace, that is like one of the best one and done eyeshadow shades ever. It's just a nice palette. Obviously I've heard good things and bad things about Urban Decay. Some people love them, some people hate them. I actually really like this. I know this palette was maybe not as welcomed as their other palettes. I know that a lot of their other palettes got much more praise and love, whereas this one I've not heard the best things about, yet I absolutely adore it and love it. Let me swatch for you. Like, I hope you can see this. So they are not the most in your face pigmented tones, but they do have a real nice like glow to them. When they're on the eye, like especially this one and the one I've hit pan on, when I put them on my eye and I have nothing else but mascara, I get so many comments on how pretty my eye look is, because it's not too in your face, it's not overly pigmented, it's just like a bit of sparkle and glow. Yeah, so I do really like this palette, and yeah, it's not the most pigmented, it's not the most out there in your face palette, but if you like quite a subtle basic eye look, I think this one is a really good palette to go for. Plus I love the packaging, it's amazing. And I did want to give a special mention to the Tarte Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1. That is such a mouthful. So, you know, textured neutrals, it's in the name. This is a neutral palette, but it does have some really basic tones in here. Yes, you can brighten it up with like that shades and those shades, and you can smoke it out with the blacks, but overall this is quite a basic toned palette. The only downside is you can't buy it anymore. So Tati Westbrook unfortunately closed the doors to Tati Beauty, so you can no longer buy this, but it was a gorgeous neutral basic bitch palette. I have loved this one. As you can see, I've hit pan on many shades. It's stunning. It's one of my favourite eyeshadow palettes in my collection. I was so lucky that my family, well, my husband and my kids got me this for my 30th birthday. It's just one of those palettes where I look at it and I love it so much, but it can create some really nice basic eye looks. It's just unfortunate it's no longer available. So there you have it. These are my top 5 basic neutral palettes. I love all of these. They are ones that I'm definitely going to want to keep in my collection. Now, if you watch my channel, you know I am probably not the most basic eyeshadow type of person. I normally like quite a colourful out there eye look. But on the days that I do want a more neutral toned basic eyeshadow look, those are the palettes that I dive into. Those are the ones that really scream to me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next one.